Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki the Koti Vaishnava Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai Gaur Premanandi Hare. All glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. And glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaivam Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayad Mudiraye Nastapaistu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistuke Yamsyanubhavamakhilam Sutisaramekam Adhyatma Deepamatitir Satam Tamandam Samsarina Karunaya Purana Guyam Tam Vyasasунamupayami Guru Muninam. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, The Creation of the Fourth Order, Chapter 30, The Activities of the Prachetas, Text number 32. Parijatenjasa labde Sarangunyana sevate Tvarangri mulam asadhya Sakshad kim vrine mahe Parijatonjasa labde Sarangunyanya sevate Tadangri moolam asadhya Sakshat kim vrine mahe Parijatenjasa labde Sarangu anyanya sevate Tadangri moolam asadhya Sakshat kim vrine mahe
Parijatenjasa labde
Saranganyanya sevate Tadangri moolam asadhya Sakshat kim vrine mahe Parijatejasa labde Sarango anyanya sevate Tadangri moolam asadhya Sakshat kim vrine mahe Parijatejasa labde
Saranganyana sevate Tvarangri moolam asadhya Sakshat kim vrine mahe Parijatenjasa labde
Saranganyanya sevate
Tadangri moolam asadhya
Sakshat kim vrine mahe Parijate. The celestial tree known as Parijata. Anjasa completely. Labdhe, having achieved. Sarangaha, abhi, anyat, other. Nasevati, does not resort to. Tvat angri, your lotus feet. Moolam, the root of everything. Asadya, having approached. Sakshat, directly. Kim, what? Kim, what? Brinimahi, may we ask. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Dear Lord, when the bee approaches the celestial tree called the Parijata, it certainly does not leave the tree because there is no need for such action. Similarly, when we have approached your lotus feet and taken shelter of them, what further benediction may we ask for? Sorry, ask of you. Please repeat. Dear Lord, when the bee approaches the celestial tree called the Parijata, it certainly does not leave the tree because there is no need for such action. Similarly, when we have approached your lotus feet and taken shelter of them, what further benediction may we ask of you? Purport. When a devotee is actually engaged in the service of the lotus feet of the Lord, his engagement in itself is so perfect that there is no need to ask for further benediction. When a bee approaches the Parijata tree, it gets unlimited supplies of honey. There is no need to go to another tree. If one is fixed in the service of the lotus feet of the Lord, there is unlimited transcendental bliss. And as such, there is no need to ask for further benediction. The Parijata tree is not commonly found within this material world. The Parijata tree is also known as Kalpa Vriksha, or the wish-fulfilling tree. One can get anything he desires from such a tree. In the material world, one can get oranges from an orange tree or mangoes from a mango tree, but there is no possibility of getting oranges from a mango tree or vice versa. However, one can get whatever he wants from the Parijata tree: oranges, mangoes, bananas, and so on. This tree is found in the spiritual world. Chintamani prakarasadma sukalpa vriksha lakshavritesu. The spiritual world, Chintamani Dhama, is surrounded by these kalpa vriksha trees. But the Parijata tree is also found in the kingdom of Indra, that is, on Indra's heavenly planet. And this Parijata tree was brought by Krishna to please Satyabhama, one of his queens. And this tree was implanted in the Dwaraka mansions constructed for the queens. The lotus feet of the Lord are exactly like the Parijata tree, or wish-fulfilling trees. And the devotees are like bumblebees. They are always attracted by the lotus feet of the Lord. Om Jnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksu Unmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Sthapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mayan Dadati Swapadantikam Bandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalan Sri Guru Vaisnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parejan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastuti Tapta Kancana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Pri Vancha Kalpataru Bheksha Kripa Sindhu Bhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaisnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesya Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Parijatonjasa labdhe sarangonyan sevati Twadangri mulamasadhya sakshat kim mahi. Prachetas, they are on the course of self-realization after the beautiful darshan of the Lord. Atma Sakshatkar. Somehow or other, when the living being comes in the contact of God through his agent or directly, many ways we can acknowledge and realize the presence of God. Like from sun, every day by seeing sun, we can learn the quality of determination. Sun rises every day, this morning time, sets in the evening, next day come again. Steady, never stop, never break, never delay, or never procrastinate. It's always Brahmati Sambritakala Chakru. Yak Chaksuresha Savita Sakala Grahanam Raja Samasta Suramurtir Asesa Tejaha. His effulgence is Asesa unlimited Teja. And he's the king of all the planets. Yasya Agyaya, by whose order he is doing that. Suryadev is performing his duties is by the order of Sri Krishna. Yasya Gyaya Brahmati Sam Pritakala Chakru. In the due course of time is rotating under the guidance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda. I pay my obeisances to that Supreme Personality of Godhead, under whose instruction sun travels all the time. So these qualities we can learn by nature. From moon, we can learn something else. Love some lesson. The whole cosmic manifestation. Water, we can learn some quality from water. What one quality we can learn from water? No matter what kind of circumstances comes, if the landslide come and block the flow of water, water will flow. and then keep going. And in our life, many things might appear, but in any situation, we will not give up devotion. So this way, like bumblebees, how hard they work. If you ever have honey, if you keep honey bee at home, we'd have a honey. What is that? What is the home of the honey bee? Beehives, yeah, beehives. Yes, they. The queen is inside in the hives, hiding like a queen, prestigious personality, and the working bees, they are so much attracted to her, and they can work day and night for the satisfaction of queen bee. They go 7 days, 7 nights far and collect the pusparenu. Pusparenu means the dust of the flowers. Pollen, yeah, pollen. And come back, and they never enjoy that food. They always save it, but then we go and steal that. And when it is empty, they again work very hard. And there's a time like in Amavasya and Purnima, the honeybee, they eat honey by themselves. So especially who keep the honeybees, they know what time they eat the honey. So before they eat, they take it out. So this realization comes from every corner. This is what the project of God is, to create, to give us realization that we do not belong to this world and we belong to a spiritual world. So somehow or other, we need to find our way back home, back to Godhead. This is the whole purpose of the creation. In 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, one of the Nava Yogendra, he explained the reason why God created this world. He mentioned about two reasons. One is bhogartham, to sense enjoyment, and the other one is mokshartham, means to get out of this material world. And why bhogartham? Because we have a desire to enjoy separate from God, and God being so merciful and loving, caring personality, he gives us that opportunity to enjoy without him. But ultimate reason is not to enjoy, but through the enjoyment to bring that realization that any material happiness ends in sorrow, in misery, in tragedy. This realization should come. That's why this world was provided to enjoy. God gave us senses. God gave us a proper arrangement to make sure we do enjoy in this world. And we enjoy, really all living being enjoys this world in some extent. But due to the influence of Maya, we forget about the other side, the brighter side, the bigger side of happiness, enjoyment with God. So this duality is created to make us realization that this world is not our perpetual happiness. If we do not, if I write with a black pen in a black paper, can we read that writing? We cannot. So we need white paper, contrast. So this world, happiness, sadness, day and night, without going through the night, we never understand what daylight is. Or without going through distresses, we never understand what is happiness is. So when these things comes and go, and we start thinking about why not we can find something that lasts forever. These are changing all the time, just like season change. Few weeks ago, we were suffering from excessive heat. A lot of heat weather, bad weather. Damodar Prabhu was in high Himalayas, in Denver, enjoying the summer weather, while we were suffering here. Now it's opposite. There is too cold. Here is cold. But for us, it is still winter. We suffer. In the morning time, very hard to get up, wake up, to leave your warm blanket and go to the bathroom and take a shower. This is all thing. So this is why good and bad things are here, and from that we ultimately learn a lesson. That was the whole purpose, the mokshartham, atmartham. And prachetas are realizing that, okay, we may have so much desire, we were performing sacrifice for karma kanda to achieve some goal of life, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, all these things. But we have attained your lotus feet. We don't think now we need to go anywhere else. We don't think now we need to wander for some other project. It is all fulfilled. We got our goal. And Prabhupada, like in example, he gave that the Parijata tree in celestial tree in the spiritual world. Prabhupada said as a Kalpavriksha, Parijata, and different Parijata also found in heavenly planet, King Indra's garden, and Satyabhama and Lord Sri Krishna, when they traveled heavenly planet once, by smelling the fragrance of the Parijata tree, she desired to take it to Dwaraka. She requested Krishna, and Indra was not willing to give that flower, that tree, and Krishna had to fight to please his wife, and somehow he brought down. But our Parijat here, it only flowers in the evening after sun sets, and it starts flowering, and before sunrise it falls. I don't know what time honeybee come and take the juice. This may be another different, the tree may be in spiritual world. Here, the bee can never get any opportunity to go to the Parijata tree, and that tiny small, they cannot go in. But the idea is here, Prabhupada says the tree, it is a wish-fulfilling tree that grows in spiritual world, and that can give you anything you want. You want orange, mango, banana tree. I want to cherry today. I want a plum. I want to have something else. So all wish-fulfilled trees. So honeybee, once they get to that flower, they do not need to go anywhere else because they find all the nectarian juice in that tree, and they can make nice honey. So here honeybee, this example is given here because in the world we run like a honeybee for finding a. Sometimes we go to so many practices. Even in India, we try everything like Brahma Kumari. You know Brahma Kumari. Have you ever heard Brahma Kumaris? Brahma Kumaris, they do not believe any scriptures. They think that Supreme Father is a light, Jyoti. In their main picture, they have like a whole Jyoti, and they close or they open their eyes at night time. They turn on the high-powered light and then meditate to the light, look to the light. And all the ladies, Brahma Kumari, Kumari means girl. They dress like white, exactly like Lalita Devi. And their preachers are very profound. They speak very nice, pleasing words for Shanti, calm down, lost control, mind control, not to do anything harm other. Sounds very spiritual. They really talk about common thing that people normally like to hear. So and so many people are attracted by that. But when you come to the philosophy, you talk about God, you want to know about Krishna, And they say that Krishna is all kind of nonsense explanation they give. A lot of other people, Dhyana yogis, they meditate, go to Himalayas or go to some ashram and meditate in their mind. By the strength of my meditation, I want to know God. They take shelter of meditation, the process of meditation, and they want to know God. And they want to achieve some perfection. But they use God to fulfill their personal desires, to be siddhi, to achieve perfection, and use that perfection for their own personal benefit. There is a very famous story in Mahabharata. One man, maybe his devotee, his son, he was the son of a great devotee of Lord. He was doing a severe austerity with one leg for a long time. And his hair was growing wild, and some birds make nest in his head. He was that austere and doing so much tapasya for a long time. Bird make a nest in his head, and they leg egg on the top. And somehow, at some time, one leg fell, broke. And then the liquid, what is the liquid inside? Yeah. It came down to through his forehead and the nose, and then he realized that something broke, something happened there. And he woke up, as he was woke up, and the bird flew. Who was hatching the eggs, bird flew, and by the anger of that person who was doing meditation, his anger was so intense that burned the bird. The bird burned and fell down. And he thought, wow, I achieved this perfection. Now I will go and utilize it. If somebody come to me, if they do not listen to me, or if when I go to beg door to door, if they do not bring me food or anything on time, I will curse them with my power of perfection. I can burn them down. And he would go to door to show his mystic perfection, and he would chastise people, come on time, otherwise I will burn you. People would be so afraid of him. And at one day he went to a door of a lady who he went to ask something, and the lady did not come out on time. She deliberately did delay. And when she came late out, that man who achieved perfection, he was so mad and said, why did you do so late? I have to go so many houses. I don't have time to wait outside of your door. Don't you know that I have a perfection that my anger can burn you? Then the lady said, don't think that the bird was burnt by your anger. You cannot burn me down. I can burn you if I get mad. Don't think that your austerity, your whatever you did for a long time, don't think that you achieved this by your own effort. Your father was a great devotee. By his mercy, you had some pious credit. So that was what you were able to burn the bird, not by your own Shakti, energy, or perfection. Then that man was shocked. How did she know all about this, what I was going through? And later on he come to know that that lady was a pativrata nari. What does that mean? Anybody can say pativrata nari means? A chaste wife. She was dedicated her life for the pleasure of her husband. Like what is the wife of Dhritarashtra? Gandhari? Gandhari. Gandhari was good. She was not blind woman, but her husband was blind. And what did she do? If my husband cannot enjoy the world with his physical eyes, why should I? Let me close my eyes and I become like him. He sacrificed her personal desire for the pleasure of her husband. So that is a kind of sacrifice, yajna. So in scripture, when we talk about renunciation, tapasya, everything, the word is used yajna, tapasya, tyaga, tapaha. So the person who had achieved this perfection was simply doing that for his own personal benefit. It was not a bhakti at all. But the lady who was chaste to her husband, she had done that sacrifice for the pleasure of her husband, and she forgot her own personal desires, and she has that power to do anything she wishes. So in Krishna consciousness, when we stop wandering and when we stop running here and there and looking for something else for our personal benefit, I did not like Krishna consciousness. Let me go to Paramahamsa Yogi's place. They are more kind. They are very simple. You don't need to follow any regulation. You take bath or not, don't take bath. It doesn't matter. No matter if you don't want to eat meat or you want to eat meat, they don't complain. Let me go there and practice something. Or no, I want to go to do the. I want to go to another guru and try to do Sambhavi Mudra. You know Sambhavi Mudra is a great guru. What is his name? The engineer guru in India. Sadguru, yes, Sadguru. Sadguru, they have Sambhavi Mudra, all this Kriya Yoga, all these yogas. Let me go to art of living and then concoct my own philosophy. Ravi Shankar ji says, Om, chant all kind of mantras, there is no restriction. One day you become God, or you don't like to accept God as person, or whatever you want, go there and enjoy. So we are wandering like a honeybee, going every flowers and collecting something for our satisfaction and happiness. But until and unless we realize that the lotus feet of the Lord is the reservoir of all the pleasures that we are seeking, and we fixed our mind and then start doing some service for Him, for His pleasure, we cannot be happy at all wherever we go. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami is bringing their point how gopis were the first class devotees. In the history, we have so many devotees, great devotees, Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, Madhyacharya, Ramanujacharya, Shankaracharya, Vedanga Desika, so many Alvar in Sri Vaishnava. The great devotees are called Alvar. They had so many great Alvars came. They preached the devotion throughout the world. We have great Acharyas, but among all of those, gopis of Vrindavan are recognized as the best first-class devotees, and he gives the reason why that happened. What is the reason that they are the topmost? It doesn't mean other devotees are not good. But here it says that Gopika janena means know, to know. I know you. But in sometimes Ami janina means I don't know. Gopika janena Krishnera manera banchita. Krishnera means of Krishna's, manera mind, of his mind, banchita means his personal internal desires. Gopis of Vrindavan, they understand the desire of Krishna, what he wants. And they do not care, they give up their personal desires for the desire of Krishna. So there is two things, like one, I want something, and other is I demand something from somebody. Wanting and demanding, two things. In general, I want this. Okay, if some guru come here from visiting from some place, he says, "Oh, I have condition. I need. I want this for this. I wish I have this preparation in my lunch or dinner or something." He does. He's not saying demanding. He just, if you could do it, please, that would be great. In some case, he says, "I want this and this and this particular thing. So in my lunch." So gopis of Vrindavan, they understand the personal desire that Krishna's demand from them. They understand Krishna's desires, and their whole life is simply dedicated to fulfill that desire of God. But in Jnana Yogis, in Karma Yogis and Dhyana Yogis, what are they doing? I want to live a better life, happy life, by following up the principles set up by God so that my life become better. Dhyana Yogis, I want to perform austerity, and then I want to capture God, and I want to enjoy, and I want to be free from these material pains. Jnana Yogis, I want to take shelter of knowledge, and we want to discuss how God is great. Why God is compassionate. They simply spend their time in discussing, utilizing the knowledge, and then they see God is greatness. But gopis, they do not care about anything. They simply want to serve Him and please Him. That is the goal. That's why he says, "Mat chitta mat gata prana tushyanti cha ramantaji." When we perform some action for Krishna's pleasure, it really make him satisfied, please the Lord. Simply, if you, me, everybody come to altar here in the morning, 7 o'clock, thinking, Gaurnitai, Radha Krishna, Sitaram, Lakshman, they become happy and we come. If that is the goal, that really pleases him. Let me go to the temple today because whole week I was in Maya. Let me purify a little bit and I come. That does not satisfy Lord. It helps us. But in terms of satisfying the Lord, is let me go today. I am really busy. I do have a lot of work today, but let me at least go for 5 minutes and then see the Lord. That satisfies the Lord for His pleasure. Then that becomes completely different in platform. Another level. So this is all about them. And then they say, Manera Banchita, Prema Seva Paripati. Ishta Samihita. And they know how to arrange that meeting with Krishna despite of all this adverse situation. In Paripati is a Nepali word, also is a Bengali word, it's also a Hindi word. Okay, so for example, if you have some wedding ceremony and you say, okay, you make all the paripati for guest, for priest, for fire sacrifice, for taking care of everybody. So this paripati means gopis know exactly how to arrange and what Krishna likes. So we need to have that, we need to learn that paripati perfection in our service, that we do not put ourselves in the center and we do not do that something for our benefit. We will be ultimately benefited, there is no doubt. But if we add Krishna in the center, that's what Prabhupada all times preaching, loving devotional service. Keep Krishna in the center of your activities. Try to satisfy Him, please Him. Then it becomes really a devotion, is a bhakti, you offering, you sacrificing your desire for somebody else's satisfaction. You left your home. You do not care about your personal enjoyment. You left meat eating. You know, in scripture it is said, if somebody who is already a meat eater and he gives up later, that person is glorified as the greatest person. Big sacrifice. Just meat eating, giving up meat eating. Because it is said in that sloka that there is nothing more tastier than the taste of meat for the tongue. It's really, it is not just statement. So person is willing to give up that meat eating. He He is a great personality. And if we do that, thinking, realizing that all these living beings are part and parcel of God, to cause unnecessary harm to this living being is stopping their progression of life. They could ultimately come to human being and learn about Athato Brahma Jigyasa. That is great, even greater. Most of the people do not eat meat, not because they do not want to kill, but they do not. They want to be healthy. It's a selfish reason. So when we want to understand the desire of God, Krishna, what He wants, and we want to fulfill His desires, and then that pleases the Lord the most. But unfortunately, most of the time, we always focus on our personal things, and I want to become I want to perform dharma, I want to do austerity, I want to do this and that. Yeah. So this is a whole different idea in our Gaudiya Vaishnavism, that you please the Supreme Lord by all your heart. Manasa, Vachasa, Karmana, by your mind, thinking all the time, remembrance, the Lord. Karma, we do something else every time, please, to spread His glories. That's preaching. And I want to stop here, okay? Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Sreshwar Prabhu.
Yeah, sometimes impersonalists also counter that you Vaishnavas, you also want to enjoy too. You want to enjoy rasa with Krishna. So what is our reply?
Our philosophy is when we are definitely enjoy the rasa with Krishna, because He's a rasobai saha. The Upanishad defined the functional definition of the Lord, that He is the source of all the rasas. And when He has the rasa, the Upanishad said, Tat aiksataha eko bahusyama. Tat aiksata means He desired to be known to all of us. So eko bahusyama, one become many. And Krishna wants everyone to know Him. It's not in devotion like Upanishad, Veda says that wake up, rise, and know God. But here Krishna says, I want you to know me. And I want you to enjoy all the rasas that I have. I am the reservoir, and you also have. So we want to exchange this supreme rasa with the Lord. And when a servant serve the master, he definitely enjoys that facility. And ultimately, there is no dhyana yoga separate. Dhyana yoga, karma yoga, jnana, they are not separate. All are ultimately bhakti yogas. But this Mayavadi impersonalists, they separate it. It may make it bhakti yoga, karma yoga, dhyana yoga. The goal of all yoga is like devotion. Bhakti is the ultimate yoga process. There is no separate dhyana yoga. In Satya Yuga, people would be afraid to come to God personally, and they would so much afraid about making some offenses to the Lord. That's why they would do meditation to please the Lord. But their goal was to please the Lord, not like just to meditate and was like. So they will blame us so many things, but Krishna is Rasaraj, and He wants us to help with His enjoyment, and we do enjoy.
Yeah, their defect is that they don't understand that the source of everything also is a person and wants to enjoy and wants to participate in that enjoyment.
Right.
Purpose of life, Prabhupada would say, is to enjoy. Sometimes people would say, what's the purpose of life? To enjoy.
Enjoy, yes.
But Prabhupada would say, then I know how to enjoy.
Right.
Not
Correct.
the way you want to enjoy.
Chandrika Devi.
First, you were talking about mango and orange trees. There is mango and orange halva today, but we're being very austere because of Ekadasi, so we won't have it. But so I was thinking about, you know, you were talking about giving up desires. Isn't it that, you know, once we understand more of the supreme truth, you know, Krishna consciousness in depth, we actually lose the taste of those desires, material desires, and
Udasina katabhyatha. You become indifferent to material world, and byatha means all this material miseries will go away. And then you are simply attached to the Lord, and your all desires to please Him, His desires. It's called vairagya. Vairagya means to have a special attachment. It seems like detachment. Vairagya word, it gives meaning to detach, but if you see the Sanskrit, it is specifically attached to somebody. It's called vairagya. We are vairagya to the material world, and our raga is to the lotus feet of the Lord. We're attached to that.
Prabhu, did you mention before I came in that we do have a parijat tree?
Yeah, I talked about it. The parijat tree in spiritual world, in heavenly planet, and here are different. Prabhupada explained that as a kalpavriksha tree, parijat. Here I told in the earlier that parijat flower in the evening and fall in the morning, and the honeybee cannot take any juice from here. But in spiritual world, yeah, there are different parijatas.
This is a desert version of parijat.
Kalpavriksha parijat. In heavenly planet also they have.
Where do we get it?
Huh?
Where do we get this parijat?
We have here in our
I
temple.
know, but where do we get it?
I do not know. Somebody brought seed from Nepal. One a Bhutanese Nepali devotee. He brought it seed and he gave it to us. But our tree is not doing good. It's just surviving. You don't know? Next to the people tree? Yeah.
By the pond.
By the pond, yeah. I caught my leg here when I was cutting the parijat branch one time. I put my leg here. I was not supposed to cut. Immediate reaction, you know. In India, it flowers really so nice, so much. In the morning time, you go to the floor, it's filled with the parijat flower, and people collect and make mala. And it smells so good in the evening. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, हरि बोल।